August cannot end soon enough for the Tribe. The Indians are 5-23 on the month and need a win tonight to avoid their first 24-loss month since 1914. The assignment, not easy. The AL defending two-time champion Rangers come to town with a lineup full of firepower. Ubaldo Jimenez will try to bring the losing skid to a halt and stop the music. Next on Sports Time Ohio. It's a hot Friday night in downtown Cleveland as the Texas Rangers come to town. They lead the Western Division as they have their sights set on a date with October baseball. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Tribe trying to stop a 5-game skid here tonight, and they've got their hands full because this is a Rangers club that has all kinds of bats and all kinds of firepower. First of all, you got a guy leading the Major League in RBIs in Josh Hamilton, and Adrian Beltre is making a strong bid for Player of the Month.
Two of the premier power hitters in all of baseball right now. One from the left side, Josh Hamilton, and Adrian Beltre from the right side. These guys have had a great month of August. Both of them have hit 7 home runs in the month. And Beltre, look at the last 8 games, the last week he's had, hitting .419, 6 homers, 13 ribbies. Now, these are just 2 guys in that lineup. They're leading the league in runs scored, also leading in batting average. This is going to be a tough lineup to face.
Well, let's see who's going to face that tough lineup tonight as we look at our Nissan Road Ahead pitching matchup.
Well, Ubaldo Jimenez gets the call. Probably pitched one of his best games this year against the Texas Rangers. 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, did not allow a run, left leading 4-0. But what Jimenez is going to show up tonight against this Texas Ranger team. He's been much better at home than he has been on the road, so we will see which one shows up tonight. He's 5-4 at home. He'll be matched up against Ryan Dempster at the trading deadline. They acquired him from the Cubs. This year, 3-1. He's been much better in his last 2 starts, 2-0 and a 193. But you know one thing, they're usually going to score some runs for Dempster.
Get to a Nissan dealer for special offers on innovation that excites. The Indians trying to avoid a 24th loss here in the month of August tonight. The last time they did that was July of 1914. We're back with all the play-by-play action. Tribe and the Texas Rangers next on Sports Time Ohio. Welcome into Progressive Field, where tonight the Indians host the Texas Rangers. Indians have taken the field behind Ubaldo Jimenez. Let's look at Ron Washington's starting 9 for the Rangers. Ian Kinsler in the leadoff spot, followed by Elvis Andrus, and then Josh Hamilton batting 3rd. Adrian Beltre, Nelson Cruz, Michael Young in the middle, followed by David Murphy, Giovanni Soto, and Mitch Moreland.
Let's take a look at the starting pitcher, Ubaldo Jimenez, brought to you by MLB.com at Bat12 for the new iPad, making start number 27. 9 wins, 13 losses. That leads the league in that department, but an ERA of 5.58. He had one of his best starts this year against the Texas Rangers back in May 6th right here. He went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, did not allow a run, And he had 5 walks, but struck out 6. So that was a very good start for him. He beat him this year. He's 1-0. He has made 2 starts against him. This will be start number 3. Let's take a look at the defense behind Jimenez tonight. It looks like this. Donald is in left, Carrera in center, Chu in right. And it'll be Hanahan at third, Cabrera at short, Kipnis at second, Kochman at first with Santana behind the plate.
Bill Welke will call the balls and strikes. Chris Guccione is at first. DJ Rayburn at second. Jeff Nelson down at third. Ready to go as Ian Kinsler is about to step in. Now the Rangers' leadoff man with 16 home runs on the year. He's also clobbered 35 doubles. And Ubaldo Jimenez, first pitch of the night, is up high for ball 1. 81 degrees, our game time temperature. Kinsler takes a strike and the count evens at 1-1. Half swing and a foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. When Jimenez had success against Texas earlier in the year, when he got ahead, he had an electric slider that day.
He sure did. In that start, he had 6 strikeouts. They have 6 right-handed hitters in the lineup. Right-handers are hitting 20 points less than left-handers against Jimenez, and he's given up 15 home runs to the left-handers, only 8 to righties.
There's that slider. Slowly chopped to third. Hanahan, bare hand grab and throw. Not in time. Kinsler beats it out. And the Rangers have their leadoff man aboard.
Well, you're playing back, 2 strikes. It's a topper. Nothing you could do. It's a good pitch. He just beats it into the ground, right out in front of home plate. Kinsler gets down the line pretty well. Hanahan makes the play. It's bang, bang. You can see he just did beat it. So that'll be an infield single.
And it will bring up Elvis Andrus. Kinsler has 20 steals on the year. You know, and as you said before, it's not that Hamilton, Beltre, Cruz, and company can't beat you on their own. But when these guys get on in front of them, they're like sharks at feeding time.
Yeah, the table setters, I mean, they do it all for this ball club, because then you have to go ahead and throw these guys some decent strikes. You can't pitch around them, the RBI guys. That's why they lead the league in runs scored. I mean, this guy here, Andrus, is a perfect second-place hitter for Ron Washington. He goes the other way. He'll take a pitch. He'll give you a chance to steal. He's a good 2-strike hitter.
Against the Indians, he's hit everything in sight. He's hit in 26 straight games against the Tribe.
Yeah, since he's been in the big leagues, that's a remarkable feat. You figure someone might be able to shut him down one day.
Yeah, and especially since you don't face him all that often either.
Right. There's no pattern, no history.
Fouled away.
You know, you look at we were talking before the game, you look at the Indians. At one time, they had a dominating record against the Western Division. They were 12-5. They are now 13-17. They won the one game when we were out in L.A., the first game of that series, and they've lost 12 straight games to the Western Division teams.
And you wonder, is that because of the West, or is that because the Indians haven't been able to beat anybody lately?
That's a combination. I mean, the West was okay. I mean, they've got decent pitching. You figure you could go in and play Oakland. Oakland's beaten us, 7 straight times or 8 straight times?
Foul back by Andrus.
We caught Texas early. We beat them 2 out of 3.
Yep.
You know, they did the same thing to the Angels a couple of times, beat them 4 out of 6. before we went to L.A.
1, 2 out of 3 in Oakland early in the year.
Yes. I mean, they won the series from everybody early in the year. But that's when they were getting key hits. They were pitching pretty well.
The 1-2. A little bit low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Josh Hamilton waiting on deck. Runner goes on the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Throw to second. Not in time. Kinsler has his 21st steal. 1 down here in the first.
Tell you what, he goes, and that splitter was a very good pitch to get Andrus to swing and miss, and Santana made it awfully close.
I think if Kipnis had held the glove on him the whole time, did he come off the bag there?
Well, he did. His back foot was. It looked like it was.
I think he did have the tag on him the whole time. Indians put a shift on for Josh Hamilton.
Let's see. There's the foot on the base. He's safe. Yeah, you're right.
He did came off, but Jason didn't have the tag on for that one precise moment. Hamilton takes a strike to even the count.
But the last time we faced this guy, he was swinging at everything under the sun on that first pitch, at least the first 2 pitches. This guy is an aggressive hitter. He likes to get after you early. Now, he was hotter than a pistol early in the year.
Player of the month in both April and May.
Yeah. And then he hit a bad slump.
League leaders brought to you by your Cleveland Akron area Lexus dealers, and Hamilton with 112 ribbies, the most in all of baseball.
I was going to say, how can you hit a slump when you have 112 ribbies? But I mean, he can hit home runs, 36 homers, 112 ribbies. As hot as he was, I guess you had to cool off.
Fouled back, but I remember what you were talking about. I believe it was in early July, and there was just a lot of talk about what's wrong with Josh Hamilton. It was in his head. He was talking about it, and yet you look up at the numbers and you think, what slump?
Well, yeah, when you look at the total package of numbers, because this guy's a free agent at the end of the year, and there was talks about signing him to an extension, and obviously they're going to wait till the end of the year. And is it wearing on him? Is it tearing him down? Is it tearing the team apart? This is a good team. They've been to the World Series the last 2 years. They know what it takes to win. You look at June, he hit 223, and in July, 177. And now it's back up to 309 in August with 7 home runs to go with that batting average. It's tough to stay hot all year long. You're going to have some downtime.
With Kinsler at second, the 2-2 pitch. Boy, close, but a full count now. And Adrian Beltre waiting on deck. Payoff pitch. Down on the dirt, ball 4. So 2 on with 1 out. And Adrian Beltre, who has had quite a month. He's hit for the cycle.
Almost twice. He did it.
Yeah. Had a 3-homer game, August 22nd against Baltimore.
Yeah, he's an exciting player, both offensively and defensively. He can certainly play the heck out of third base.
In that 3-homer game against Baltimore, he hit 2 in 1 inning.
Boy, that's fun, isn't it?
Second player in Rangers history to do that. You know who the other one is? You'll never guess. Up the middle, hit the mound and goes into center field. Kinsler's going to come around. Carrera makes no throw, and Texas takes a 1-0 lead. It was Carl Everett.
Oh, yeah?
Beltre with his 82nd RBI, and the Rangers strike first here tonight.
Right back up the middle. Not only does he have good power, but he can hit, he's just a flat-out good hitter. 94-mile-an-hour fastball up in the strike zone. Beltre didn't try and lift. He just put a short stroke on it, right back up the middle. Kinsler comes around to score easily. No throw. Texas plays from in front. It's a 1-0 ball game.
Now Nelson Cruz takes a fastball for a strike. Cruz was hit by a pitch in a game on Tuesday and left with a problem in that left elbow, and now he's got the extra padding on it. But he was right back in the starting lineup on Wednesday.
Well, like I said, they've been to the last two World Series. They know what it takes. And I'll tell you, they've been in a dogfight because they've been trying to shake. They've been playing good baseball. And they've been trying to shake Oakland, and they can't do it.
Yeah, the A's four games back.
They're going to get their opportunity. But Oakland's just been a little bit better than Texas has. And I'll tell you, at Oakland's expense, it came against the Indians.
Right. Well, yeah.
They beat them 7 straight times. So Texas is saying, okay, now we're going to get our chance. And Texas, as I mentioned in the Open, they have played sub-500 clubs better than anybody in the league, 42-21.
This will be the 25th pitch of the inning for Jimenez. 2 on with 1 out. And it gets away from Santana. Ball was in the dirt. And on the wild pitch, the runners go to second and third. Jimenez leads the league in that category.
That's 15 now. Spiked it in there, goes off Santana. Didn't get down quick enough. It goes off his glove.
Three-two pitch. Swung on and missed. And Jimenez gets a strikeout, 2 down.
Got him with a slider. 3-2. It was right there. It was a good pitch. And Cruz swung through it. Cruz does not have a hit in his career against Jimenez. He is now 0 for 7 with 6 strikeouts.
That brings up Michael Young. Seemed like there for a while, this guy, you could book at 200 hits a year. He's at 131 hits coming into tonight.
Well, people are in Texas saying, oh, man, this guy's lost it. He's getting too old. But, that's not a bad year.
Especially, batting him down the lineup like this in the 6 hole.
He's a veteran. He's been around as long as anybody, and he means more to that club than I think just about anybody.
He's got 50 RBIs, and he's in front of 3 guys who are at 78 or above. So these are the spots where he's cleaned up. If somebody hasn't.
Yeah, if you guys leave me some meat, I want to eat.
Leave him a little meat on that bone.
That's
he's
right.
He's going to dig in.
Leave me a little bit.
30th pitch of the inning for Ubaldo right here. And the 2-1. Missed inside. Left-handed hitting David Murphy waits on deck. Detroit has jumped to a 2-0 lead over Chicago in the first inning. Tigers trail the White Sox by 3 games in the Central. Full count now on Michael Young. Miguel Cabrera clobbering a 2-run homer in that first inning for Detroit.
That's Peavy pitching for Chicago, huh?
Yeah, who's Detroit featuring? Doug Fister. Bouncer to second should get him out of the inning. Kipnis flips it over. And the side is retired. But Texas gets on the board first. They lead it 1-0. The Indians are coming to bat. weekend looks like this. Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Shin-Soo Choo in the leadoff spot tonight. And he's done a terrific job out of that top spot. Then it's Jason Kipnis and Cabrera. Brantley DHing and hitting cleanup, followed by Santana and Kochman, Ezekiel Carrera, Jack Hanahan, and Jason Donald.
It'll be 35-year-old right-hander Ryan Dempster on the mound, making his sixth start with Texas tonight since the trade. He was acquired July 31st from the Cubs for a couple of minor league kits. He does have a history against the Indians. He's 1-0. He's pitched in 3 games, only 2 starts, but he hasn't faced them since 2006. The only guy that has an at-bat off him is Casey Kochman. So everybody else will be seeing him for the first time.
And a fastball strike to Choo.
Choo back into the leadoff spot.
In the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dempster the wide on the 1-2. And a chopper over toward the Rangers dugout.
Giovanni Soto, who is a catcher for the Rangers, he was also with the Cubs, so no stranger to Dempster. They picked him up in a trade.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out Choo to start the game. Our great clip of the game from yesterday, Jason Kipnis with a leadoff homer for the Tribe. They posted 7 runs yesterday, but they were playing uphill all day long. Great clips. It's going to be great. Foul out of play. Kipnis, 13 homers, 16 doubles, 65 runs batted in to lead the team. For Ryan Dempster, he's back where it all began. The Texas Rangers originally drafted and signed him back in 1995. In between, he has bounced around a little bit. It's his 15th major league season, though. As Kipnis cuts and misses to fall behind. He's pitched in the big leagues with the Florida Marlins, Cincinnati Reds, the Cubs, and now the Rangers.
Well, he had an outstanding streak going this year when he was with the Cubs, if you remember.
2 down.
Let's take a look at the Home Depot defense for the Texas Rangers, rated 4th in the league. They've made 71 errors. Murphy's in left, Hamilton center, Cruz in right. Beltre at third, Andrus at short, Kinsler at second, Moreland at first, Soto behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. He won all 5 starts in a streak of 33 consecutive scoreless innings. Went on for over a month, that's
pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. June 5th through July 14th.
Cabrera lays a bunt down. Beltre grabs it, throws it, got him. Boy, Adrian Beltre does that about as well as any third baseman in the game. He's very good at charging and firing on the run like that. Indians go 1-2-3, 1-0 Texas.
McDonald's Cherry Berry Chiller. Cherry and raspberry flavors blended with ice and 100% fruit juice. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers.
David Murphy leads off the second inning for Texas and looks at a ball wide of the mark. Murphy's batting 7th, and he's hitting .312 on the year.
Well, he always seems to do well against the Indians.
Cuts and misses at that fastball.
The Rangers are second in winning percentage in this ballpark, only behind the New York Yankees. In their career, 48-35 here at Progressive Field.
Took it looking. Third strikeout for Jimenez, 1 down. Check in with Katie with them. You know, this Texas Rangers team has the kind of offense that some people say reminds them of the '95 Indians. When you look at their number 9 hitter, he's got 15 home runs. What about it, Katie?
Yeah, that's exactly what Sandy Alomar Jr. said to me earlier. It reminds him of the mid-'90s Indians. He said this team, very versatile. They can incorporate a small game, speed, power. They have a good sense of awareness. They take advantage of opponents' mistakes, and no matter what the deficit is, this is a Texas team that is never out of a game.
Well, we watched them I'd say maybe a month ago when they were sitting at home playing the Angels, and it was a slugfest. And in the 10th inning, the Angels come back and scored 3. Well, guess what? The Rangers came back in the bottom half of the 10th and scored 4. So, yeah, they have that kind of firepower. The thing of it is they've had some injuries with that pitching staff.
Jimenez will take it himself, 2 down. But the thing about the Rangers is that their pitching staff knows they don't have to be perfect.
Yeah. You should get some run support. That makes a big difference. That's part of the problem here in Cleveland. Even when you pitch a game, if you give up 3 runs or 4, even like Ubaldo's last start against the Yankees, give up 3 runs and they got beat 4-2. They never came back and scored for them. So it is, it's tough when you don't consistently get some run support. And those guys at home, that's when you get down there, it's scary. They're 43-25.
Yeah, Mitch Moreland has 15 homers, 45 runs batted in, and he's batting in the 9th spot in the lineup.
He was hurt for a while, too. Just started coming back a little while back.
Kind of reminiscent. I remember when the Indians acquired Travis Fryman. He had batted cleanup the year before with Detroit. Came here, and I think he hit 7th.
Yeah, 7th. Yeah. Well, you look at our lineup. We got right now Michael Brantley hitting 4th for the Indians, who has 6 home runs, and there's 2 guys in that Texas lineup. No, Andrus, 3 that don't have 6. Other than that, they're all in double digits. And I mean some big double digits.
Outside, he missed. Ball 4. He walks the number 9 hitter, Moreland. And we turn it to the top of the order and Ian Kinsler. Kinsler, a little swing and bunt, basically, his first time up. He got fooled on a slider, beat it into the ground, but by the time Jack Hanahan charged in to get it, Kinsler beat it out for a base hit. Takes a strike.
Good slider. Kinsler almost chased after it. Couldn't pull the trigger. It's 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. It's almost like Rick, he wants to, when he gets ahead, he wants to show him the fastball away and then come back with a slider. See if that's the plan of attack again. Yep, there it is. Got him looking. 4th strikeout. And the Rangers are out here in the 2nd. They lead it 1-0. On this weekend in downtown Cleveland. Boy, the Blue Angels put on quite a show yesterday afternoon.
Did they?
Wow. They were rocking the house. They were doing zigzags across the sky. And
well, it's all taking place downtown Cleveland this weekend, Labor Day. Air show as always. Look at, there you go. The boys, they don't miss it. Little pregame workout. Yeah. That's like their BP right there, up in the sky. I swear I'd love to go into that. I guess no one heard us the other night and offered me a ride.
They did that yesterday, too. I saw them. They came. They were like parallel with the lake, and they got just above the scoreboard, obviously out in the distance, and then they went straight up in the sky. Straight up. I was thinking about you going, who'd be losing their lunch right about now?
I wouldn't eat lunch before I went.
Michael Brantley leading off inning number 2 for the Tribe. Off-speed pitch in for a strike. Popped them up. And Beltre makes the grab, 1 away. Our stat of the game brought to you by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. One of 2 active pitchers with 100 wins and 80-plus saves. The other guy used to pitch here.
Yeah.
Dempster was originally dealt by the Rangers to the Florida Marlins, one of those waiver wire trades, August 8th, 1996. And that was a very important trade for Texas because they acquired John Burkett from the Marlins. And Burkett really was a key, guy for that Texas team that went on to win the division and got to the playoffs in '96.
Right. They just couldn't get past the Yankees back then.
And Burkett was still a young pitcher at that time. He didn't get to the big leagues until 90. Let's see, was it 98? Yeah, his first taste was in 1998. And a strike call to Carlos Santana, who falls behind in the count 1-2. In our last telecast 2 nights ago, Santana was taken out of the ball game. We found out afterwards that it was a case where Manny Acta just wasn't real thrilled with the way Santana had run out the ground ball that he had hit, and just basically told him, "Lou, you're in. Carlos, have a seat." And he talked to him a little bit after the ball game. Santana said, "You know what? It's my mistake, and it won't happen again."
Well, he was right back in the lineup the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he DH'd yesterday. Missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santana chased it in the dirt, 2 down. Second strikeout for Dempster. Injury report brought to you by Elk & Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. We won't see Denard Span when we head out on this next road trip. He's on the 15-day DL. And Rafael Furcal, a right elbow strain. That's normally an injury you see with pitchers, not shortstops.
He could be out for the year. Uh-oh. That'll hurt them.
Missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think the deadline for the waiver wire is midnight tonight.
I think you're right.
I wonder if the Rangers, I wonder if the Cardinals will be, seeing who cleared and if it's a shortstop.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of GMs on phones out there right now to try and do whatever they can before, they have to be on the roster before tomorrow, or let's say midnight. So,
yeah, midnight tonight is the waiver wire trading deadline. And of course, to make a deal for a player, he had to have cleared waivers, or you had to be the team to claim him and have the match with that team.
Yeah. Did you see where John Lester was picked up for waivers, or somebody claimed him?
Somebody put a claim in.
Yeah, so we'll see if something happens there.
Now, in a lot of cases, once a player's claimed, the team just pulls him back, and that's the end of the story.
They could work out a deal.
Or they could work out a deal and say, let's trade.
Or they can just hook him and bring him right back in.
Or, famously, it's happened too. You put a guy that you don't really want who's making a ton of money, and somebody claims him and said, "You got him. Enjoy." Jose Canseco with the Yankees several years ago. I think it was it Tampa maybe that put him on the waiver wire? Whoever it was, they put him out there, and the Yankees were trying to put a claim in just so he wouldn't go to, say, Boston or somewhere, and then stuck with him.
Well, yeah, if somebody claims him because they don't want another team to get him, they could get caught, man.
2-2 up and away, a full count. It's a big story the other day because Joe Mauer was put on waivers. But I think every player is put on waivers. It's just a matter of, teams want to see what's going on.
Well, I think now everybody scours it and looks before the trading deadline to check it out.
Kochman strikes out, and Dempster's mowing him down. 6 up, 6 down through 2. Texas 1, Cleveland nothing.
Old one. Stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Third inning, 1-0 Texas. And Elvis Andrus will lead it off. Well and away, ball one. Up high with the fastball. Right at the bottom of the strike zone, it's 2-1. Chopper up the middle. Cabrera on the run. Throws him out. One away. Back downstairs we go to Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, the next Sugardale Dollar Dog Night is September 15th. The Detroit Tigers will be in town. You can buy your tickets early and save. Log on to Indians.com/tickets for all the information.
All right, Katie. Dollar Dog Night. Got it right.
Yeah, right on it.
Practice makes perfect.
She's been working with Henry Higgins. Down on the dirt. Ball one. That's a little Broadway toss for you with the fireworks show coming up tonight.
Okay.
See, I'm tying it all in. I'm weaving.
Yeah, that day off did you good.
Yeah. Ball in the dirt. It's 2-0. Yeah, brushing up on show tunes. Jimenez has given up 2 hits through the first 2 1/3. And, you know, the walks haven't been an issue for him lately. He's actually thrown a lot more strikes. But he's given up 30 hits in his last 20 innings coming into tonight's game.
Well, this is one team you don't want to walk a lot because they can burn you when you do. Although in the game that he pitched a gem against these guys, he had 5 walks in that game back on May 6th in the 7th inning. They just didn't come around to hurt him.
He walked Hamilton his first time up. He wanted that last pitch. That was very close. Didn't get the call, and now it's 3-1. Swung out and missed. Full count.
Yeah, see, he's the left-handers get after him a little better. He's tough on righties when he has the good breaking ball working, and they have 6 right-handed bats.
And the payoff pitch to Josh Hamilton. He's popped in the air, foul, out of play.
Well, the first time through, they were 1 for 8 hitting, and they had, in his first start, 1 for 8 with runners on base. He did a good job of controlling everything.
Again, it's fouled out of play.
But, you know, you go back to May, it's total different. I mean, you got teams going in different directions and different players and, you know, streaks and how guys go.
First time through the order tonight, 2 for 7 with a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts. That's that same pitch he threw earlier in the bat. Couldn't get the strike called, though. Bill Welke's just not going to give him that inside corner, it looks like, so a 1-out walk.
Little in off the plate. See where the glove's at? The glove's sitting in right there at the corner. It's a good pitch, but most umpires don't call that pitch on the inside corner. It may be a ball with off the plate.
Yeah, and a lot of them won't give it to you because they're sitting right on top of it.
They see it, and it may be an inch or 2 inside. A ball with off the plate, and they don't call it.
Whereas you might get a little bit off the outside plate.
Yeah, they're going to guess out there.
See it
they're going to guess a little bit more out there, right?
Swung on and missed. Adrian Beltre drove in a run on the first with a bouncing ball right up the middle.
Well, that's the pitch he needs tonight. He needs that breaking ball working for him. That was a good shot. That's why one reason you can run on Jimenez, that shot that we had from behind him, a lot of times he'll lean. He'll start leaning to where a base runner can pick that up at first base and they could take off before he gets that big arm coming out, the long arm out of his glove. See him?
Yep.
You see that little movement?
Just a little
right
bit.
there where he leans back to get the ball out of the glove to get his momentum going. Base runners can pick that up. As soon as they see that little lean, they're off and running.
Hamilton doesn't run a lot. He does have 7 steals, but he does run well. He's the kind of guy that, maybe in a tight spot, if you need a stolen base.
They don't want to get him hurt.
Well,
don't
that's
run.
true.
You know what I mean? They pay other guys to run.
Beltre socks it to center.
Boy, this guy can hit.
Hamilton hits second, and he is on his way to third.
See, that's the key.
You overthrow the cutoff man. Beltre goes to second.
That's the key. He can go from first to third on a bullet hit to center field, which he shouldn't be able to do, but he does, and then Carrera compounds it by missing the cutoff man and then allows Beltre to go to second base and takes the double play out of order.
Watch this again.
Big break.
Hamilton's not even to second base when the ball gets to Carrera. Look at that. He's not even at the base yet.
No, and look at the throw. Over the head of Cabrera, trying to get the guy at third. And then Hanahan can't throw it. That's a big mistake. You always keep the double play in order for your pitcher. See, he fielded that ball defensively. He never came in. And that ball was hammered, a one-hopper to the center fielder. So they go first and third, and he goes to second on the throw. So not a good play.
Nelson Cruz struck out his first time up.
Yeah, and Cruz, as I mentioned, 0 for 7, 6 punch-outs in his career. So Jimenez has dominated this guy.
Swung on and missed. Well, and Cruz is a guy that, for whatever reason, has a tough time laying off that slider or maybe just pulling off the slider. And so Jimenez is going to keep throwing him.
Why not? I'd throw it all day long.
Downstairs with a fastball, 1-1. Fouled right back. Another fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, what do you think he's going to get here?
Slide piece 101. And he's got to know it too, right?
Sure. He'll look for it.
Oh, he locked him up with a fastball.
Oh, he sure did.
That's a nice piece of pitching. Good game calling. Cruz thought it was low, but the bottom line was he couldn't swing at it because I'm sure he was looking for the slider.
There's no question. Let's watch the sequence. There's a slider, strike 1. Went fastball down, evens the count. Went with a fastball, he fouled off, and he says, okay, come on back with that slider. He paints him with a fastball at the knees on the block. And you know what? Santana put slider down. He shook him off. You notice he shook him off, and he says, no, I want to go with the fastball. He's got him talking to himself.
Yes, he does.
And that's what happens. I mean, Cruz just can't touch him. And every time it's like he can't even put a ball in play. It's a routine ground ball. Gets you a run in that situation with Hamilton on third. He couldn't get the job done. So you tip of the cap to Jimenez there for doing a good job.
Second time tonight, second and third for Michael Young with 2 down. He bounced out in the first. And Santana with a good stab to keep that one from going to the backstop. Royals and Twins in a rain delay in Kansas City. Actually, I think they've been rained out. That's the remnants of Hurricane Isaac spinning in that direction. Bouncing ball in the hole. Cabrera with a backhander, can't come up with it. The Rangers will score a run and the inning stays alive. Hamilton comes home. Beltre moves to third. And it's 2-0 Texas.
Well, I still don't think that Cabrera would have gotten Young anyway because it was hit right in the hole. even if he fields it cleanly. He realized he was going to have to get rid of it quickly. It wasn't hit that hard to begin with, and it took a big hop. Hits him in the heel of the glove. So a 2-out base hit, and the Indians have given up more 2-out runs than anybody in baseball. And it makes it a 2-0 game.
David Murphy out on strikes his first time up. Looks at a ball down low. Already the 75th pitch of the night for Jimenez. Throws it by Murphy, 1-2.
Wow, that's 25 pitches per.
The 1-2 to Murphy. Punched into left field for an RBI single as Beltre jogs home to make it 3-0 Texas. He literally just threw his bat at it. But it's perfectly placed and the beat goes on. Michael Young stops at second. And back-to-back
He
two-out
just throws
RBI
a bat
hits.
out there.
Yeah.
Look at this. This ball's off the plate by 6 inches. He just throws his bat out here. That's excellent hitting on Murphy's part. You go away, you get 2 strikes, and you just put it in play. Good things happen. It certainly did there. So now they add on. Unbelievable.
While they talk it up, we'll go back to the Hyundai Studios for an in-game update with Al Pulaski.
Hey, Matt, Rick, let's head to Detroit. Tigers taking on the White Sox in an AL Central showdown. And here in the bottom of the first inning, Miguel Cabrera leaves the yard with a runner aboard. For Cabrera, that's his 33rd homer of the year. Detroit leads Chicago. It's 3-2 now in Motown. Matt?
Yeah, the White Sox come back with a couple, so it's a 1-run game there in that third inning. Baltimore out to a 3-0 lead over New York. That's a big game for the Orioles. They're only 3 back of the Yankees at the start of play tonight. I bet they have more than 10,000 tonight.
Are they in Baltimore or are they in New York?
They are. Oh, they're in New York? I'm sorry.
I'll bet they have more than 10, too. You're not going to get me on that one, pal.
They are in New York. My bad. I thought they were in Baltimore.
I'm not putting 100 in your pocket.
The 0-1. Fly ball left field. In comes Jason Donald. That ends the inning. Rangers strike for a pair. 3-0 Texas, middle of the third.
playing drums.
He's drumming, air drumming. Love it.
Either that or too much candy.
You're not going to get him down. No chance.
I think that might have been some cotton candy here at the ballpark.
That is a future rock star if I've ever seen one.
I'll tell you what, the kid knows when the camera's on. Okay.
Oh,
camera 2, go to camera 3.
All righty. Bottom third of the order for the Indians coming up here. Ezekiel Carrera to lead it off. Ryan Dempster into the wind. And a first pitch strike. Chicago native Ryan Dempster. There are a lot of people that felt like, he didn't want to leave Chicago. There was a lot of speculation about him being traded at the deadline as David Murphy on the run flags it down one away. One down now for Jack Hanahan. You remember, there was a lot of speculation about Dempster, and originally, he only had a couple of teams that he would agree to be traded to, and one of them was the Dodgers.
Everybody thought that's where he was going.
But for whatever reason, they just couldn't get together to make the trade work.
I think he had something with Atlanta there that they wanted to go, and a deal fell through with him there. He said no. Going to Atlanta first before they ended up even talking to L.A.
Hanahan lines one down the left field line. Murphy again on the run. Can't get to it, and it's a foul ball.
This one had a lot of slice to it going down the line. Look at that. That's had plenty of room starting in fair territory, but by the time it comes down, hits the sidewall down there after about 5 or 6 feet of foul territory.
Grounded foul the other way. I think he cracked his bat.
Yeah, that's what Dempster does, man. He'll move it in and out, change speeds, keep you off balance. He knows how to pitch. And as I mentioned, the only guy that had a history against him coming into tonight was Casey Kochman. And it faced him, just 3 times?
Up high.
There's that pitch inside. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. That's it.
Yeah. For a guy, for never facing him before, if you've never faced him, you wonder how potentially distracting, at least the first time you see him. He works that glove around a couple of times. I know that's to keep you from trying to figure out maybe his grip, but
obviously he picked up something along the way where maybe at one point in time he was tipping pitches when he kept it straight, so now he just does that out of habit. So you can't see him setting a change-up splitter or whatever he's throwing up there.
Remember, Dan Wheeler used to do that with his glove.
Yes, he did.
And that was exactly why he started doing that, because he felt like he was tipping his pitches.
Well, guys they're crafty. They sit and watch everything for a pitcher where you have your hands held. And
Hanahan works it for a walk. Indians have their first base runner with one out here in the third. Tonight's trivia question brought to you by AT&T. Since 1940, 4 right-handed hitters have had 5 seasons of 200 or more hits. Only 4 right-handed hitters. And Jason Donald looks outside, ball 1.
Outside. Caught the outside corner with a fastball, and it's 2-1. Donald, 2 hits in his last 14 at bats. Yeah, swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch, 2-2.
Asking if that was a strike.
Yep.
And I think it was. He said, yeah.
And he threw the same pitch. And it's strike 3, 4th punch out for Dempster tonight. 2 down on the inning.
Well, the Rock and Blast Fireworks returns for an encore performance tomorrow night, presented by the Horseshoe Casino, and the Tribe will play the Rangers in the middle game of this series, and the post-game fireworks will pay a tribute to the Beatles. Log on to Indians.com.
Chu fouls it out of play. Line to left, but slicing out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Throw over, but back easily is Hanahan. Swung on and missed. Chu strikes out, and that's 5 Ks for Dempster. And through 3, it's Texas 3, Cleveland nothing. It's a 3-0 Texas lead as we go to the fourth inning. Mitch Moreland, Ian Kinsler, and Elvis Andrus due up for Texas. And a swing and a miss. Moreland walked his first time up. Pitch down low, 1-2 the count. Shift on, 3 on the right side for the Tribe. Hanahan on the left side. And a bouncer to Kipnis from the outfield grass.
Right into the strength of it.
1 away. There's our minor league report brought to you by University Hospitals. David Huff, 7 2/3, scoreless baseball last night. Struck out 5, dropped his ERA under 5 for the season.
That's amazing. ERA under 5 for David Huff down there, and he's been down there for a while. And what did he win, 11 games here his rookie year?
Yeah.
To go down to AAA, it's amazing to me, and have an ERA right around 5.
Ian Kinsler, an infield single. It led to a run in the first. Struck out his last time up. White Sox Tigers tied at 3 now. They're in the fourth in the Motor City. Baltimore still leads the Yankees 3-0 in New York, and they're in the fifth.
Want to bet?
Whoever that's pitching for Baltimore, spinning a one-hitter.
Yeah.
There's a long fly ball to deep center. Back is Carrera. And just onto the warning track to pull it down 1 away. 2 down, excuse me. That's the old TBA for Baltimore listed tonight.
Well, TBA's doing very well.
Got a one-hitter.
They made the right call.
You can win a $100 gas card courtesy of your Northeast Ohio Shell retailer and True North convenience stores. One new winner will be picked each week now until the date of September 26th. So log on to stohd.com and enter for your chance to win. Elvis Andrus 0 for 2 on the night. Miguel Gonzalez, I'm told, got the start for Baltimore.
I think he pitched once against us.
He did.
Little right-hander,
Yeah.
change-up guy.
Ball 1, it's down low. Boy, Washington out to a 6-0 lead over the Cardinals in the National League. The Nationals with a 5.5 game lead over Atlanta heading into play tonight, looking for their 80th win on the year. Trying to join Cincinnati as the only other team with 80 wins. Good looking pitch, didn't get the call. It's 3-1. That's hit on the ground. One hop smash to Hanahan, who comes up with it clean, throws him out. And the Rangers go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. We'll go to the last half of the fourth. Texas 3, Cleveland nothing. Kipnis, Asdrubal Cabrera, and Michael Brantley. And Manny Actor right there. You know he's talking to Ezekiel Carrera about that play in center field.
Yes, he is.
You know, hit your cutoff, man.
Well, it's a one-hopper. He shouldn't be able because he had the ball before Hamilton. He even got to second base. He stayed back on it.
Flat-footed, yeah.
Well, he wasn't aggressive making the play.
Breaking ball for a strike, 1-1. Kipnis doesn't like it.
It's almost there's a lot of instruction that has to go on here, and normally he's been playing left field, but still, as an outfielder, you know. I mean, it doesn't matter what position you play. If the guy goes, you have to hit your cutoff, man. You keep the double play alive. That's rule 101.
Two-one pitch. And now Jason Kipnis in a good spot, 3-1. The Indians' only base runner came last inning when Jack Hanahan drew a walk. And that's their second free pass of the night. Leadoff man aboard. Now it's Asdrubal Cabrera, who tried to bunt his way on in the first and was thrown out by Adrian Beltre. Cabrera, who was ejected the other night by Gary Darling, the home plate umpire, on a bad call in the first inning, said afterwards, I just lost it.
Yeah, and I can see how. The month of August has been a rough one for everybody, that's been around the Indians, for fans, for players, for anybody that's been around, because if they lose today, what would that be? Their 25th loss? 24th loss, and you got to go back to what, 1914, is it?
Uh-huh.
The last
most
time
losses
they lost
in a month in franchise history.
Yeah, back in the first, Cabrera tried to sneak a bunt in there with 2 outs, but you can't do it against that guy. He's one of the best over there at third base.
Dempster goes to the outside corner and gets ahead 0-2.
Yeah, so a lot of frustrations. And even though Cabrera was right, the ball was low and out of play, he has to realize, I've got to stay in this game to give my team a chance to win. I can't get thrown out. I can't get ejected. And he got, pointing the finger in the umpire's face. You know you're going to get ejected if that happens. He let him go the first time.
Yeah.
But then the second time he came back around, he got it. There's ways of going about being diplomatic and saying what you have to say to get your point across without embarrassing anybody. But, you live and learn. That's frustration. I think it's happened to just about everybody that's played this game long enough. You get frustrated, you do things you normally don't do. We're going to see the argument. We're not going to see the pitch. But, see, that's the second time when he went back up there. When he put and he was listening to him. And there's not much you can say. It is totally frustration.
Fouled back.
But that's where you have to grow. That's where you draw the line in the sand. That's where, as players, you have to hustle even more. And you have to do more, go above and beyond what you could possibly do. And everybody has to do that for this team to win. Right now, it's tough for the Indians to win a baseball game. Never realized it was that tough.
Bouncer to first. Right into the glove of Moreland. They go to second for one. Back to first. Dempster can't get the throw, and it goes into the photo bay. And Cabrera is going to go down to second base.
Trying to lead the pitcher to first base is always a tough play. It's like trying to throw the ball over the middle to a tight end if you're the quarterback. But he's got to find the base on his turn. He was over there in time. Look at Andrus, a little upset. They had plenty of time. Moreland gives him a good feed. And watch Andrus. Gets it there. But you see, he wanted to go over and stretch and instead of maybe trying to run with it and time it. And his footwork got messed up, so it is an error on Andrus.
Well, and it's like hitting, Rick. If the ball's up, Dempster's got a chance to catch it.
Yeah.
With the ball down, he's done. No chance to get it. Might be able to stretch if it's up, if he can stretch. But when it goes down, there's just no
when
chance.
you're on the move, awfully
moving,
tough.
Yeah. Now Michael Brantley takes a strike. Popped up on the infield his first time up. And a loud talker in the booth here. Brantley fouling it back. It's 0-2. Want to hand Katie a megaphone? Tigers have gone in front of Chicago now 4-3. They're in the fourth in the Motor City.
Oh, that's going to be a battle this weekend.
Johnny Peralta with a solo homer to put the Tigers in front 4-3. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count for Brantley.
Got to send along our birthday wishes. Rose DeCapit of Painesville is turning 84. Mary O'Connor of Campbell turning 80. And Donald Cook of Columbus, 72. Happy birthday to each and every one of you out there.
The pitch. Brantley hits a weak ground ball to second. And Kinsler will throw him out. 2 down. Cabrera slides over to third and will bring up Carlos Santana. High school football right here on Sports Time Ohio at 11:30 tonight. Glenville tees it up against Solon on your home for high school football. Sports Time Ohio. And you can always log on to stohd.com. They've got the complete listings of all the games. Santana looks at the ball up high. In the dirt. You know, as if there aren't enough things to deal with when you go through a month like the Indians have gone through. I think one of the things that's pressing right now is that the guys that they've been counting on all season long, who've carried them, have all hit the skids at the same time. Brantley, 2 for his last 17. Cabrera, 2 for his last 22. Chu, 2 for his last 25. Kipnis struggling.
It's called
Santana,
the dog days
struggling.
of summer, man. You get to August, and the guys that have had to play every day and do it every day are now, not only are they physically tired, I think they are mentally exhausted as well.
Well, and the word you just brought up, frustrated. And that's just another layer of garbage you don't need when you're a big league player playing every day, but that's something they're trying to deal with as well.
And you know what? You look for help, and it's not there, and you know what? Self-pity is no good. Athletes hate it.
That's right.
You know what?
That's exactly right.
You have to go back, and you got to look in the mirror and say, look, I got to give my best every day, whatever I can do. I can't do more, but go out there and play hard, hustle, run down to first base every time, do everything you can. And if everybody does that, believe me, you'll find a way to win. But you have to do it as a team. You can't do it as an individual.
Runner at third with 2 down, 2-2 pitch. And a full count now on Santana. Dempster has not given up a hit. The payoff pitch is fouled back out of play. Dempster has walked a couple. He has struck out 5. And the Indians have only hit one ball out of the infield, and that was a fly ball to left by Ezekiel Carrera. There's a bullet into right field, and their first hit of the game produces their first run. It's a 2-out RBI single for Carlos Santana. His 57th run batted in on the year, and the Tribe on the board down 3-1 now.
Well, he gave in. He throws him a fastball. It surprised me. So the error is going to pay off for the Indians, and Santana gets a 2-out base hit. He went changeup the pitch before, but he comes fastball here. So this is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. Santana can hit the heater. You give it to him, and he knows it's coming. He's going to get a base hit. I thought he'd go changeup, curveball, something off speed. He didn't. He gives up his first hit and also his first run.
And now Casey Kochman. It's a ground ball to short, and it kicks around for Andrews. He goes to second. They don't get him. He might have been better off trying to go to first. Exactly.
Absolutely. After he bobbled that ball, Andrus tried to hurry it and get to second when he could have just collected himself and made the long throw. So it's a second error in the inning for Elvis Andrus, and it keeps the inning going. So they're getting extra outs. They're going to have a 5-out inning. Right here, if he just holds it and goes to first. But he almost like shot puts it over to second base, and Santana is safe on the slide.
And so 2 on, 2 out for Ezekiel Carrera. It's a 5-out inning for the Indians. And Carrera takes a strike. Down low with it, 1-1. That's made Dempster have to throw a lot of pitches, 25 in the inning. This next one will be number 70 on the night. And a hard hit ball to short this time. Andrews has it, and the flip is on the money to end the inning. Tribe gets on the board. Their first hit of the night produces their first run, 3-1 Texas. With 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. By Levin's, home of the Sealy Posturepedic mattress made right here in Northeast Ohio. By Kia, Cleveland.com. And by First Merit Bank.
Oh, it was a warm day here in northeastern Ohio and a beautiful evening. Pretty good breeze, though, blowing out toward right center field. I think there's a chance of some scattered showers this evening, but
well,
it looks like we're going to miss, I think, the bulk of
I hope so.
Whatever Hurricane Isaac spins around.
Through batting practice, the ball was jumping out of here today. I figured there may be a few long balls hit.
Rip foul. Look out downstairs. Oh, man. Hamilton a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Swung on and missed, and Hamilton strikes out. That's 6 Ks for Jimenez. Adrian Beltre, who, as I said in the open, is making a strong bid for Player of the Month honors, has 2 hits on the night. One of them drove in a run, and he scored after he had this base hit, and that was not a well-executed play by the Tribe's defense.
Well, when you see a good hitter locked in, they're fun to watch. Because right there, both times he uses the middle part of the field. He's got great power. He pulled off the slider on his first swing and his second at bat, but was just patient enough to hit that next one hard up the middle.
He hit that hard left field all the way down into the corner.
Yeah, he tried to come inside with a heater, and I'll tell you what, those hands worked. He turned on it.
He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Doesn't matter where you pitch him.
You think back to several years ago, and this last year in Seattle, and there were people wondering if his career might be done.
Yeah, it's done. Look at that fastball. He tried to get it in. He didn't get it in there, but it's inside, and he pulls it. The other 2 pitches away, he drilled up the middle. This guy is locked in right now, folks. He's about as fun to watch hit as you can see.
Yeah, he went to Boston. And
He's
all
had
of a sudden
tremendous
took
year.
off. Yeah,
that was a mistake they made letting him go.
Yeah, really.
And then came over and signed with Texas, and getting the opportunity to see a guy like that play day in and day out has got to be a treat.
Another slider and a foul ball by Cruz.
He fouled one off. Gets a bonus point.
He literally was talking to himself after his last at bat. Struck out for the second time tonight, and he doesn't have a hit against Jimenez in his career.
Everybody has pitchers like this that you just, no matter what you do, you just seem like you have a tough time. I don't know if he doesn't pick the ball up well against him or what. But no matter what you do, you'll sit on one pitch, he'll throw another one. You just can't hit him.
It's your kryptonite.
Yeah. And this seems to be for Cruz. Nelson Cruz, for whatever. This guy, when he gets hot, he's a dangerous hitter too.
Popped in the air, but Carrera on a run flags it down. 2 away. And back to the Hyundai Studios we go for another in-game update with Al.
Hey, man, big game in the American League East tonight. Baltimore and New York at Yankee Stadium. O's up. Mark Reynolds, 2-run homer here in the second inning. That's his 13th of the year. The O's lead the Yankees 4-0. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning at Yankee Stadium. Gonzalez on the hill for Baltimore. Matt?
All right, thanks, Al. Here it's 3-1 Texas. They've got a runner at second with 2 down from Michael Young, who had an infield RBI single his last time up. Pops this one straight up. Kipnis is under it. And the inning is over. It's a 9-pitch 5th inning for Ubaldo Jimenez. And we'll go to the last half of the 5th, 3-1 Rangers. Bottom of the 5th.
We can start over again.
Let's not.
Zip, zip.
Bottom third of the Indians order, or the Rangers order coming up here in the 6th. David Murphy, Giovanni Soto, and Mitch Moreland. Let's try this again. Jack Hanahan walked his first time up. And takes ball 2 down low. Ryan Dempster has allowed just 1 hit through the first 4 innings. And that was a 2-out RBI single by Carlos Santana that scored Asdrubal Cabrera. Hanahan takes a strike. It's 3-1. Called a strike. Hanahan not in agreement with Bill Welke. And now a full count.
Well, they're sitting away. And that's that slider in. I don't know if he felt it was high or it was inside. From that camera angle, it didn't look too bad. But that's that camera angle. It's not behind or directly behind the pitcher. So it could have been inside.
Pops the breaking ball up, foul territory. Beltre gives it a look, but can't get to it. The payoff pitch. Hanahan pops it up, shallow left. Out goes Andrus. And the shortstop has it 1 away. Game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Adrian Beltre got the Rangers on the board in the first with an RBI single. David Murphy blooped one into left to make it 3-0 in the third. And then the Indians would get on the board in the fourth with the 2-out RBI hit by Carlos Santana. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Jason Donald struck out his first time up and looks at a fastball, rips it foul down the right side. Straight back on the heater. And the 0-2 up and away. Fouled away.
Well, you can renew your Indian season tickets for 2013. Take advantage of Tribe Rewards. It's a brand new customizable season ticket holder benefit package. Spend points on experiences like throwing out a first pitch or attending a press conference with our own Katie Witham. You renew by the deadline for a maximum savings. Call 216-420-HITS for more info.
Up and in, spun him out of the way. And it's 2-2. And he comes back to strike him out. That's a half dozen Ks for Dempster. 2 down here in the 5th.
Comes a breaking ball. Swings over the top of it.
Chu fouls it back. 1-1 to count. Chu has struck out twice tonight against Ryan Dempster. Call to strike. Chu doesn't like it. There's a hanger, driven to deep right field. Off the wall, short hops it. And Cruz will turn and fire it towards second, but Chu is in with a 2-out double. And that's number 36 on the year for Shin-Soo Choo.
That ball he hit right there had a lot of top spin to it. He hit it well. But boy, it was spinning. You could tell as it went out there, it got close to getting to that track, and then it really, the top of it comes down, it short hops the wall. Put a good swing on it. Jumped off his bat. So a 2-out double. Second hit for the Indians. And it's going to take another base hit here to get him in. See that ball come down in a hurry. So Chu having a good year with the doubles.
And a ground ball right at the shortstop. And Andrews throws him out. 5 complete. It's Texas 3 and Cleveland 1.
Wahoo Bucks, $5 discounts to sit right out here in the Subway Extreme Fan Zone, and this is the place that you want to be during home games. You get your shot at winning Subway gift cards, also Indians fun money. Remember, Subway is where winners eat. Matt, Rick, we'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Katie. 6th inning coming up here at Progressive Field. Texas on top 3-1. Activity in the Indians' bullpen as Ubaldo Jimenez makes his 100th pitch of the night. And he hasn't been able to throw that inside pitch for a strike most of the night because it's just a tad off. Bill Welke's not giving you anything
that's
off.
True. Well, Jimenez in the first 4 innings, it looked like he was on a 25-pitch inning. You know, he had, a 9-pitch or a 7-pitch inning?
Yeah, the fourth inning was 9 pitches, yeah.
His 5th inning. Yeah.
Line to center. Carrera got a late jump, skips by him on the diving attempt. Murphy's on his way to third base. And he'll have a leadoff triple.
Yeah, he didn't get a good jump on that ball at all. He had to lay back, and then all of a sudden, I think by the time he picked it up, he tried to come in and dive for it, and he was a little too late. He was about a step or two short. Well, let's watch him right off the bat. He was late getting started and sort of broke back, and by the time he realized he had to come in, a little tardy. So that ball pretty much got the best of him in that situation. But he hasn't been playing center field. And that ball that's hit right on the nose, that's the one that fools the outfielder, so it gets under, and that's a triple.
Giovanni Soto 0 for 2 tonight. Good slider in for a strike. 0-2 the count. Infield in. And the 0-2 is chopped foul. Downstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball, and I guess a little low. 2-2.
Well, let's take a look at it and see.
I don't think the box is centered up right there.
Well, whoever's pushing that dot's cross-eyed right now.
Here's the 2-2 and a breaking ball. Got him. And that's 7 strikeouts for Ubaldo.
All right, one more. He's got to keep that guy at third base to keep it a 3-1 game. That's a nice pitch there. Good curveball comes down with it. Gets the strikeout. Number 7. Now this is a big key here. Moreland
has walked, grounded out.
Again, you know, they play him over with the shift, and he hit a bullet his last time. Kipnis was out in right field.
Right.
If he hits that same ball, it'll be interesting to see on this time.
Swung out and missed.
But this is the second or third time on the homestand we've seen infield in with a left-handed hitter up. They've got 3 on the right, and Hanahan has to stay, or whoever's playing third, close to third base. The whole shortstop hole is open, but they're pull hitters, and they try and pull it on the ground.
Caught the outside corner. And the count 0-2.
So far, they're 0 for 3 with a runner on third and less than 2 outs with 3 punch-outs.
2-strike pitch. Went out there again, missed. 1-2. Foul away. And then Santana wants to go out and talk it over on a 1-2 count here for Mitch Moreland. Jimenez had 112 pitches on the night. Started the inning at 99. Esmail Rogers ready in the Indians bullpen.
Well, he's got the chance. He's got a couple pitches to work with here to try and go for that punch out.
Fouled back. And it remains 1-2. Rogers just waiting for the call now. Lined up the middle off the glove of Cabrera. He recovers to throw out Moreland. And Murphy had to hold because first he thought Cabrera was going to catch it. And then once he dropped it, it didn't roll away far enough for him to really make a break. So a big out, 2 away.
This one went right by Jimenez's head.
He tried
right through his glove. He tried to get his glove up, and Cabrera was right there. I don't know if it blocked out Cabrera
I'm sure
or not.
it did.
It may have blocked out Asdrubal. Watch him put his glove up. And then all of a sudden he picks it up late. That could be the reason why he didn't catch that ball. But he had enough presence to just pick it up and throw to first base, knowing the runner will go back.
And so 2 down now for Ian Kinsler, who takes a slider for a strike.
Boy, what if he can get out of this? This would be a boost. This is really would be a terrific job by Jimenez. Keep it a 3-1 game. That's got to give your team a boost. You know, if you can do it. One tough out to go.
Fastball just missing. He's had a lot of pitches tonight that haven't missed by much.
Right, he has. So far on this homestand, the Indians have given up 20 2-out runs, including the Yankee series, Oakland, and now this one.
Hanging curve,
and
fair down
killer.
the line. Into the corner it goes. Scoring is Murphy. Kinsler on his way to second with an RBI double. That's his 36th double of the year.
There you have it, another 2-out run. And I mean, Kinsler got he got the curveball that the left-handers couldn't hit. Or if they hit it at him, and that's going to do in Ubaldo. Boy, he came so close to getting out of it without giving up a run, but he hung that breaking ball upstairs. Kinsler does damage. So that makes it a 4-1 ball game, and the night's going to be over for Ubaldo Jimenez. So Kinsler with a 2-out base hit. They've scored 3 now with the 2 outs.
After 117 pitches, he's headed to the showers, and Esmail Rogers is coming on. And with a runner at second and 2 down, Esmail Rogers enters the game for the 31st time this year. A win, a loss, and the ERA of 2.29. He has struck out 41 and walked just 8 in his 39 and a third innings of work.
Coming on, he has inherited 36 base runners in times where he has come in. 15 have come around to score. So he's going to try and keep this a 3-run ball game. See the line there for Ubaldo?
Pitches down low, ball 1. You know, Rick, you're just talking about those 2-out runs. All 21 have come since the Indians beat the Yankees last Saturday.
Okay, so that's actually not in 8 games; it's in 6 games. Wow, those are backbreakers, man.
Boy, I mean, I know the old saying, "Close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades," but I mean that was Jimenez tonight. He was that close. 2 outs in that third inning.
Yeah,
and back-to-back.
Well,
back-breaking RBI hits.
And the hits was an infield single by Young, and then Murphy just slapped him through his bat out.
Yep.
You know, on that one, when you look back and you see it, it's tough.
Kipnis fields, fires, inning over. Texas, though, adds to their lead, 4-1. Sixth, and the Indians down 4-1 as Dribble Cabrera, Michael Brantley, and Carlos Santana coming up for the Tribe. Almost the exact same pitch. Man, it's 0-2. Now the 1-2 offering. And he bangs it foul. Well, Dempster's pitch count getting up there, too. He's over 90 on the night. So this very well could be his last inning of work. Little roller to second base. One away. Our highlight reel tonight brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And Ryan Dempster was acquired right at the trade deadline by Texas to help out their starting pitching staff. And he's starting to make himself feel at home in a Rangers uniform. He has fanned 6 Cleveland Indians in this game tonight. He's given up 1 run on 2 hits.
Yeah, his first couple of starts with the Rangers, they didn't go so well. His first start with the Angels, 4 2/3 innings, 9 hits and 8 runs. But in his last 2 starts, one against Baltimore, he got the win. He went 8 innings, gave up 4 hits and 1 run. His last start, Minnesota, 6 innings, pretty much what he's on course for here today. But they had 8 hits and 2 runs. But the offense got him 9 runs. They have him 4 today, but he's only given up 1.
And, of course, the
2 hits.
The run is unearned.
Right. They got 5 outs in that inning when they scored.
Elvis Andrus with 2 errors, giving him 15 on the year. Michael Brantley has popped up, grounded out. Andrus is a terrific shortstop, but he's had a couple of goofs here tonight. 1 throwing, 1 fielding. It's a full count now for Brantley. As Ryan Dempster is about to make his 99th pitch of the night. And he misses outside for ball 4. So that's the one chink in Dempster's armor here tonight. He has walked 3 now in the game. Mike Maddox on the horn down to the bullpen. They'll start to get busy now as Carlos Santana comes up. Santana, the Indians' first hit, it drove in a run in the 4th.
Yeah, he gave in on that 3-2 count in his last at-bat, and he got a fastball.
Popped out of play.
This time he elevated it.
Hey, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, it'll mark the debut of the Swing Clinic with Jimmy Hanlon. It's a half-hour golf show with nothing but golf tips to help improve your game. Don't miss the debut of Swing Clinic tomorrow at 3. And click on STOHD.com for a schedule of additional airings.
I'm watching it. I need some tips.
We got a big road trip coming up here. We got a couple of real big grudge matches ahead. In fact, one of them includes Jimmy Hanlon.
Oh, yeah.
We're going head-to-head with the big guy himself. So
yes, we will. You're right.
He's making a road trip.
Day after Labor Day. He's only giving us a shot a hole.
Now the 1-1 to Santana. Takes a strike right at the bottom of the zone. 1-2. If you lose to Jimmy, you have to wear his pants.
Well, I'll be wearing that color. I will. I'll wear them. Bring me I shouldn't say this, but Jimmy, go ahead and bring me the weirdest kind you have. I'm going to have to cinch them up because I think they're going to be a little too big for me.
A little large. Santana strikes out, 2 down. 7 strikeouts for Dempster. And with 2 down, Casey Kochman coming up.
When's the phone going to start buzzing?
Kochman reached on an error in the fourth. Well, he reached on a fielder's choice because of the error by Elvis Andrus. Brantley takes off, and Dempster finally steps off the rubber, and he's got him hung out to dry. And that will end the inning. 6 complete. And the Texas Rangers in front 4-1.
We're in Slugger's Sandlot in the new Kids Clubhouse. Now, tomorrow night is a great night to bring your family out here to the ballpark. We've got Rockin' Blast going on. It's a tribute to the Beatles. Indians.com. And while you're there, make sure to check out those brand new transportation options the Indians have for you. Matt, Rick, we'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Katie. 7th inning. And it's a 4-1 Texas lead as Esmail Rogers will go to work against Josh Hamilton, Adrian Beltre, and Nelson Cruz. Hamilton has walked twice, scored a run, and struck out. Chases one in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Rogers with the 1-1, and a good off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Chased it in the dirt. Santana can't find it. Now he does. And lucky for him, Hamilton really wasn't all that interested in running to first.
No, he was
One
not.
away. That brings up Adrian Beltre, who has been belting it all over the yard. RBI single up the middle in the first. Base hit his second time up that led to a run.
And then he hammered a double.
Yeah, you talking. I mean, swinging with authority, hitting it right on the nose. And as you said, he's making a statement for Player of the Month. And we can see how, and it's only been 3 at-bats. But as you mentioned, he's been on fire. He's had 3 home runs in a game against Baltimore, hit for the cycle. Almost hit for the cycle about 2 or 3 days after the first one.
Yeah. Fastball right down Broadway. That is clubbed deep left center. And that's going to short hop the fence. And before Carrera can check it in, Beltre has his 4th hit of the night, his 2nd double.
I think it might be wise. This is the guy that right now is swinging better than anybody. He threw him a slider, and he rockets it off the left center field wall. Look at that, down middle of the plate. But still, the guy put a great swing on it. Every ball off his bat today has been hard. So it's 2nd straight double. He's 4 for 4.
And that will bring up Nelson Cruz, who is 0 for 3. And Nelson Cruz is just singing hallelujah to himself that Ubaldo Jimenez is not pitching anymore. Never had a hit against Jimenez in his career, and he didn't really come close tonight. By the way, 2nd time for Beltre, a 4-hit game this year, and the 4th time in his career. Missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That got the corner. And he got a live arm tonight. He's hitting 97 consistently with his fastball. Checks Beltre. And the slider swung on and missed. And you want to talk about frustration? We talked about it earlier. Nelson Cruz is so frustrated, he just smashed his bat at home plate, and it busted, and I think he got tossed.
He did. I think he was talking about that one pitch, the 2nd strike he called. I think he was talking about that one, and then he swings at this one out of frustration. It was terrible. Let's see. There's no reason for him to get unless he had to say something.
He didn't get wrong right there, but whatever he said, that was...
That's right.
Must have dropped the old magic word.
Or 2. Yeah, there's you go, frustration. He'll go down, he'll take an early shower on Friday night. He wanted to beat the fireworks show.
Ripped foul out of play. He wanted to get a good seat for the air show tomorrow. Let's get the answer to the AT&T trivia question tonight. I came up with Kirby Puckett, Derek Jeter, Michael Young. And then after that I was stumped. Steve Garvey.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, guy you wouldn't think of. Man, he would go to right center. Garvey, yes. Yeah. Good hitter through the mid-70s with the Dodgers and the Padres.
Down in the dirt. With 2 down and Michael Young at the plate. Esmail Rogers delivers the 1-1. Hit hard in the hole to left field. Donald charges. Beltre's coming home. Here's the throw. Offline cutoff. And it's 5-1 Texas.
Another 2-out RBI hit in the second of the game for Michael Young.
Well, here we go. The beat goes on with 2 outs. He gets one up, and Young finds the hole between short and third. Jason Donald, not an outfielder, but comes in, and you can see the throw way off line. And Beltre comes in to score his second run. It makes it a 5-1 Texas lead.
Up high with a heater. In tight. Now the 1-2. Good block by Santana.
This one way out in front of home plate. Santana, beautiful job to get that chest protector on it.
Tigers White Sox tied at 4 there in the 7th. Orioles still shutting out the Yankees 4-0 in the 8th in the Bronx. Here it's 5-1 Texas with a runner at first and 2 down on the 2-2 pitch. Right back. Phillies Braves tied at 4 there in the 6th down in Atlanta. Atlanta started the night 5.5 behind Washington in the NL East.
Yeah, they're up about, I think, 8-0 over St. Louis.
Yeah, they were cruising. But Atlanta's still the top wild card holder in the NL. 2-2. Down the left field line, but slicing out of play. Who's going to give first?
Kid in the green's going to get it. There you go. He has to give it to him. Come on. You knew that. Means more to him.
He went a long way to get it. 2-2 pitch. Rip foul.
Come on, man.
Asmiel Rogers has already made 25 pitches now. He did come on to get the last hitter of the 6th inning, but piling up on him. The 2-2. He went too far. They'll appeal. There you go. Inning over. Rangers add a run. 7th inning stretch. 5-1 Texas. And the 7th inning stretch brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic's free walking program. Let's Move It. Mondays at Progressive Field and the Metro Park Zoo. Visit letsmoveit.org for more information. Stop by and get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. Texas goes to their bullpen for the first time tonight. Left-hander Michael Kirkman. He's worked 8 2/3 scoreless innings in his last 8 games. Opposition hitting just a .03 with 8 strikeouts in his last 8 appearances. And the left-hander will face 3 left-handed hitters here in the 7th, scheduled: Kochman, Carrera, and Hanahan. Craig Gentry has come on to play center field. Josh Hamilton slides over to take over for Nelson Cruz, who was ejected from the game. Kochman 0 for 2 will lead it off. He was at bat when Michael Brantley was caught trying to steal in the 6th. If the Indians fail to rally, then they will lose for the 24th time here in the month of August, which would equal the franchise record for most losses in a month. The last time they lost 24 games in a month, Babe Ruth made his major league debut. Charlie Chaplin appeared in his first film.
Oh, man.
And the world's first red and green traffic light was installed right here in Cleveland, Ohio.
No kidding.
1914. Strike to the outside corner. And some guy...
Wow, that's going back a ways.
Some guy named Joe DiMaggio was born that year, too. Kirkman deals, and Kochman squibs it off the end of the bat. Hit down the left field line. Long run for Murphy, but he's there and makes the catch. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And on this date in 2004, the Indians handed the New York Yankees the worst beating they ever had in Yankee Stadium, a 22-0 rout. Jake Westbrook was the beneficiary. The Indians roughed up Javier Vasquez to start, and then they hit every guy they brought out of the bullpen thereafter.
Is that Omar's 6-hit day?
Yes, he had 6 hits, had a chance for a 7th in his last at bat.
Yeah, didn't get it.
I think he flied out. The 0-1. I'm starting to think back. I don't think Vasquez started. I think he came out of the bullpen maybe. And he looked like that was the last place he wanted to be. You know, you get one of those rout games and everybody's got to suck
Somebody's
up a few
got
innings.
to pitch, yes.
No, he did start. Okay, Murph told me he did start. He went an inning and a third. Well, in the inning and a third that he was out there, he looked like he wanted to be anywhere but there. And the Indians took full advantage on that night.
Yeah, that's hard to do. That's hard to score 22 in a game.
Esteban Loaiza was the guy I was thinking of who came out of the bullpen. He was the last reliever, and that was the last thing he wanted to do was pitch in that game. And the Indians just kept pouring it on. Cabrera, I think he got hit by the pitch. He did.
Yeah.
He'll take his base with 1 out here in the 7th. What's interesting about that 22-0 rout of the Yankees, though, Rick, is not only is it the Yankees' largest margin of defeat in their history, but 4 of their 5 worst losses of all time have come at the hands of the Cleveland Indians. And 3 of them have come in the last 8 years.
Wow.
We had that one we just showed you. Remember when we opened the new Yankee Stadium?
Right.
22-4 beating. In 06, they beat them here 19-1.
Wow.
And then all the way back in 1928 at League Park, they handed him a 24-6 whipping. Checking out Carrera, he seems to be just fine.
Well, he never got out of the way. That ball coming up and in, and he started to turn on it instead of just maybe getting those hands up and out of the way, and he got drilled. You can see it's right on the right hand.
That research, by the way, done by our own Mike Pacta, who was all over it as usual.
Well, I think Redbird remembers that, Mike Pacta does, because I think he worked the Fox game with him that day when we had the day off that Saturday.
That was the 20.
Stadium.
Yeah, that right. Well,
he
remember,
worked it, and he had it's ingrained in his memory.
Right, and you and I did the first game.
Yes,
and they blew him out in that first game. It wasn't 22-4,
right,
but
that was that Fox Saturday game. They wanted to show you new Yankee Stadium, right. And I can remember watching that one on television back in the hotel in New York.
Brent Lillibridge batting for Jack Hanahan here. If I remember right, the game we did, CeCe pitched. He pitched for New York. And he pitched okay, and then when he came out of the game, they boat raced him. Maybe like 10-1 or something. I mean, they thrashed him pretty good. Swing and a miss. Lillibridge, a swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. And he strikes out. 2 down. Got to bring up Jason Donald. Hit on the ground right at the second baseman, Kinsler. And the inning is over. 7 complete. Texas 5, Cleveland 1.
Is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Five-1, Texas on top. Indians go back to their bullpen. Cody Allen coming on, taking over for Esmil Rogers, and pitch up high. Rogers went an inning and a third. Brent Lillibridge stays in. He's at third. High pop. Shallow right. Chu coming in. One down. In-game box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, who invite you to come see the all-new 2012 Sonata. Visit NorthernOhioHyundaiDealers.com today. Adrian Beltre, another big night, 4 for 4. And then Young and Murphy with a couple of big knocks.
If you're a Ranger, you either get 2 hits or 4 or none. They have 10 as a team. And 2 outs have been their calling card, like everybody on this homestand.
Yeah. Man, it just seems like there's always something that we're talking about. For a while there, it was the response runs. Every time the Indians would score,
they'd give it right back.
The team would come right back and score. Or we're talking about lack of hitting with runners in scoring position or whatever. And now all of a sudden it's the 2-out RBI hit.
Well, yeah, you need a win, and then you talk about the positives. You try and you look at every little situation. Attaboy, Cody, get him out of there. Attaboy, a pitcher can catch a pop-up.
He took charge.
Yes, he did. I heard him all the way up here. I got it, and he did it more than once. Attaboy. You know, that's where a catcher's going to be tough. Look at Santana. Listen. Attaboy. Get him out of the way. And Santana didn't want any part of it. That's a tougher play for a catcher.
Sure, he's got to turn
that
around.
Ball's going back toward the mound anyway.
Ian Kinsler. He had the hit that chased Jimenez from the game in the 6th inning.
Knowing Joe Smith, he would have probably tried to catch it like Willie Mays. He would have been yelling at him. He's got it. He would have been blocking guys out to catch it.
That was such an easy one. He might have gone for the behind-the-back catch. Swung on and missed. Kinsler was swinging for the downs. And he came up empty, 1-2. Up high, he missed. And the count evens at 2-2. Well, he almost chased after that.
Yeah,
didn't
he sure did.
Hard breaking ball in the dirt. But Kinsler able to hold up. And a full count. Fastball, foul tip, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3-8 for Cody Allen. Rangers on top 5-1. Chu, Jason Kipnis, and Asdrubal Cabrera. Chu 1 for 3 on the night. He doubled his last time up. Same two teams tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll have it for you once again on Sports Time Ohio. Down low, ball 1. Tomorrow night's matchup, it will be Roberto Hernandez against Scott Feldman. There is Roberto Hernandez, who suffered a sprained ankle his last time out, but he's good to go for tomorrow. Now the 2-0. Up high, 3 balls, no strikes. Koji Uhara is warming now for Texas in their bullpen.
Right there, he's checking out the lineups, who he could be in there facing. Got the switch hitter Cabrera, then the left-hander Brantley, then the switch hitter Santana.
Kirkman finds the strike zone, and it's 3-1. Out of play, full count. Payoff pitch. Line to left, a base hit. Just inside the line for Chu. And the Indians get their leadoff man aboard here in the home half of the 8th.
It's a pretty good swing right there by Chu to stay on that baseball line. And he kept his hands above the baseball watch and just laced it the other way. Good job of hitting. Lines it right into left field. That's just the 3rd hit for the Indians, and Chu has 2 of them.
Now Jason Kipnis, 0 for 2 with a walk. Double play ball to second. And a high throw, but a nice job at first of keeping his foot on the bag by Mitch Moreland, as Andrews almost committed his 3rd error of the night. But that twin killer wipes out a potential offensive burst here in the 8th.
Yeah, long backhanded flip. He had plenty of time. Boy, that was, I guess, a good job to come down on the bag.
Two down now for Asdrubal Cabrera, who is 0 for 3 on the night. And it's up and away for ball 1. The Detroit Tigers have opened up a 7-4 lead over Chicago. They're in the 8th inning now in the Motor City, as Detroit tries to close the gap to 2 games on the White Sox in the Central Division. 2-0, back over the screen. Here in the 9th inning in the Big Apple, Baltimore still shutting out the Yankees 6-0. New York been limited to just 4 hits tonight. Toronto beat Tampa Bay tonight 2-1. Tampa Bay had 10 hits, but managed just 1 run. The Rays started the day Game and a half out on the wild card behind Baltimore. Bounced in front. And now a full count for Asdrubal Cabrera. Left-hander Michael Kirkman. His payoff pitch. Missed inside, ball 4. And that's going to bring out the pitching coach, Mike Maddox, with Michael Brantley coming to the plate. Well, for every home run hit by the Indians this year, Rick and I are each making a donation of $5 to the Gathering Place, while Great Clips donates another $50. And our season total, $6,960. Great needs, great deeds. Great Clips. Michael Brantley 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. The 0-1. Nothing and 2 the count. Cincinnati pummeling Houston 6-2 in the 5th. Pirates trailing Milwaukee 5-1 in the 4th. Pittsburgh has fallen 9 games behind Cincy in the Central. And the Pirates find themselves just a half game out in a wild card hunt. Brantley strikes out, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 9th. 5-1 Texas. (5-1) Texas on top. Cody Allen will stay on after working a 1-2-3 eighth inning to face Elvis Andrus, Josh Hamilton, and Adrian Beltre. 5 runs, 10 hits for the Rangers. 1 run, 3 hits for the Indians. And a fastball strike. Hit up the middle, and it's through.
Well, that streak continues for him, doesn't it?
Yep, 27 straight games against the Indians. Elvis Andrus has at least 1 hit.
Right back up the middle, and it just goes past Cody Allen. If it hits him or something in the side, watch, just off the side, right up the middle. So Andrus, his first hit number 11.
Longest hit streaks against the Indians. There's a liner to right field. And Chu fields it on 1 hop as Andrus wisely stopped at second. Adrian Beltre 4 for 4 on the night. RBI single his first time up. Liner up the gut in the 3rd. He scored on that after that hit. Then he doubled in the 5th. And he doubled and scored in the 7th. And that ball was really crushed. Beltre takes a fastball for strike 1. Cody Allen taking a long look in. Glanced off the bat. Into the crowd, and it's 0-2. I'm not sure that it matters, but a 5-hit game would be a pretty good cap to one heck of a month for Adrian Beltre. I think he's going to.
4-hit game's pretty good.
I think he's going to win the Player of the Month anyway.
I'll tell you what, that's a 4-hit game. That's hard to do. You go 5, that's very special.
He's only done it 3 times in his career.
Well, he's going to have to work at it. What's he down 0-2?
Yep. And he muscles it into left center field. Donald with a diving catch. They finally retire Adrian Beltre, 1 down.
There's a breaking ball that he goes down on that back leg like he so often does. But it got in on him. And in comes Jason Donald. He makes the catch, out number 1.
So runners at first and second with 1 out now for Nelson Cruz. It's Craig Gentry who came on for Nelson Cruz, who was ejected from the game. Cruz was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts tonight. Gentry, 209 at bats on the year, and he's hitting .306. Good fastball by Cody Allen. Threw it right by him. Double barrel action in the Texas bullpen. Let's see what they decide to do. for the 9th inning. Out of play. 1-2 the count. Allen sets the 1-2 to Gentry. And it's up high, 2-2. Nothing doing. It's a final in New York. The Yankees avoided the shutout, but they lose to Baltimore 6-1. So the O's close the gap to just 2 games on New York in the AL East. Santana's got to go out and talk to Allen. They're in the bottom of the 8th in Detroit. Tigers lead the White Sox 7-4. Two on with 1 out, the 2-2. Swung out and missed. He threw it right by him. So Cody Allen, after giving up the back-to-back hits, gets a big out of Adrian Beltre. And then strikes out Craig Gentry. And there are 2 down.
Well, this is where they've done a lot of their damage tonight.
Conrad's postgame show coming up right after the ball game here on Sports Time Ohio. Michael Young, couple of hits, couple of RBIs, both times with 2 outs. Chops this one to third. Oh, what a pick by Lillibridge, and he throws him out to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Texas 5, Cleveland 1. And the Rangers on top 5-1. Koji Uehara coming on to work now in the bottom of the 9th for Texas.
23rd time this year. Fine 1.88 ERA. Just 24 innings, though, but 24 strikeouts. He's normally has impeccable control. Only walked 2 guys. So he's coming on to face Santana, Kochman, Carrera, the scheduled hitters. in a 5-1 ball game.
Now, after back-to-back games where the Indians were above that 3-run mark, they have fallen back down tonight to just one unearned
3
run.
hits tonight.
Yeah.
And Chu has 2 of them.
Manager Ron Washington about to watch his team secure its 78th victory of the year. And the Indians appear headed for their 77th loss and their 6th in a row. And they're 28th in their last 33.
Boy, that's amazing.
Santana looks at a ball down low. Santana ropes one down the right field line, headed to the wall. And he's on his way to second base with a leadoff double.
Okay, so it's Santana and Chu show tonight so far.
Carlos has his second hit.
Yes, he does.
And the Indians have their leadoff man aboard for Casey Kochman now.
He goes down and gets a ball and digs it out into the right field corner. For Santana, that's going to be his 23rd double.
Ihara fires and Kochman takes a strike. A long drive to deep right field. Gone to Souvenir City. Casey Kochman with a 2-out bomb here in the 9th. And the Indians close the gap to 5-3. For Kochman, it's his 12th home run of the year. And RBIs number 46 and 47.
Boy, he put a swing on that ball. He tried to run one by him at the belt inside. Kochman had nothing to do with it. He says, get it out of here. Number 12 for Casey. It is a 5-3 game. Still nobody out. So now you need the base runner on to bring that tying run to the dish.
Joe Nathan has just now started to warm up in that Texas bullpen, as that certainly changed the complexion of this 9th inning in a hurry for the Rangers. Nathan has converted 25 consecutive save chances, and we remember him from all those years he pitched in Minnesota. Ezekiel Carrera 0 for 2, hit by a pitch his last time up. And he missed inside, ball 1. A 1-0 from Ihara, swung on and missed.
Well, you need a base runner. Wouldn't be a bad idea here for Cabrera to even think about a bunt. Not down third base line, though. Take it with you.
Chops it foul, and he's down on the count, 1-2. Way outside. Ezekiel Carrero waits the 2-2 pitch from Koji Uehara. And a high fly ball to center field. Gentry underneath it. One away. And that's going to bring up Brent Lillibridge. With Jason Donald waiting on deck. And here comes Ron Washington.
He's going to get his man.
He's not going to take any chances. Wait for it. Wait for it. There's the wave to the bullpen. So a timeout here in the bottom of the ninth. Indians are within 5-3. Joe Nathan coming on for Texas. Batting here in the bottom of the ninth with one out. And Texas going to their closer, Joe Nathan. 27 saves on the year. Just over 50 innings of work. He has struck out 64 and walked only 8. So he's finally come all the way back from that Tommy John surgery. And he looks like the Joe Nathan of old back in his heyday with the Twins.
If he does, it's almost automatic for him. The times we saw him with Minnesota, he was about as good as you got. You know, in Minnesota, he didn't get a whole lot of recognition over there.
Right.
All he did was come out and get saves, man, night after night. Had the surgery, good overhand curveball. He would throw it in the mid-90s. He could throw a changeup if he needed it. But look at that number, 1 for 1 against Nathan with a home run. But the Indians need a base runner. They're down 2. They were down 4 starting this inning.
And he misses up high, ball 1.
Little slide piece to start him off with.
Sure, Joe Nathan remembers that home run. I bet it was a first pitch fastball.
Could have been. Yeah, because, Lillibridge, he's not going to.
Perfectly placed outside corner. 1-1.
He might have faced him in the same situation he was in this game here. Late replacement. He ended up pinch hitting for Hanahan late in the ball game. Now he's getting a chance in the ninth.
There's that slider, and that was a good one.
That one straight down. I think that's maybe more
like a curveball. Yeah, right.
Going straight down. That's the curveball. He started them off with the slider that he left up. Look at that, 83, right on the outside edge going down at the knees. Good pitch.
Big old Uncle Charlie. And now the 1-2. They appeal. He did not go. And we're even up at 2-2. Lillibridge trying to get aboard here with one out on the ninth and bring that tying run to the plate. Strikes him out, 2 down.
Comes back after an 83-mile-an-hour curveball and just throws him the high fastball. And in the back of your mind as a hitter, you're thinking that breaking ball, but there's a 96-mile-an-hour piece of gas for you right up top and throws it by you. Out number 2.
Jason Donald 0 for 3 on the night, couple of strikeouts. Now the 0-2 to Donald. Up high with the cheese. Able to lay off. If Donald gets aboard, Shin-Soo Choo would be next. Nathan with a 1-2. And they got a piece to stay alive. Another foul ball by Jason Donald as he hangs in there. $16,700 the attendance here tonight. And with 2 down on the bottom of the ninth, Indians down 5-3. The 1-2 pitch from Nathan is grounded to third. Beltre up, throws across, and the ball game is over. And tonight, we witnessed something that hasn't happened in 98 years as the Indians lose for the 24th time in a month. 5-3 is the final score tonight, and it's time now for our key play of the game brought to you by KeyBank.
Well, we go back to the 6th inning. Ian Kinsler. There's that high breaking ball, 2 out, base hit, another one, and that pretty much did him in. If he could have got out of that, there may have been a chance, but he picked on a hanging curve ball. That made it a 4-1 ball game at the time, and that was it for Ubaldo Jimenez on the evening.
Key play of the game brought to you by KeyBank, the home of relationship rewards. Earn reward points and redeem for gifts. Final numbers tonight. For Texas, 5 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors, 2 men left on base. For the Indians, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 6 men stranded. The winning pitcher, Ryan Dempster, he's 4-1. The save to Joe Nathan is 29. Losing pitcher, Ubaldo Jimenez, he's 9-14. With the win, the Rangers are 78-53. They've won 10 of their last 13. The Indians dropped their 6th straight, 28 of their last 33, and they are now 55-77 on the year. We're back with the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show next.